Hello everyone, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and this is the 22nd episode in our Age of Wonders 3 co-op strategy series. In this series I'm joined by Evan, and we're working on taking on 6 Emperor computers down to 3. Hopefully going to be 2 soon if I can ever find a Draconian leader hiding around here somewhere. There's a number of things to talk about at the beginning of this episode, some things that have happened since the end of the last turn. So, if I go above ground here, above my king's main stack, which is moving into the underground, this army is the army that the Draconians used to recapture this city right here. And my goblins are eventually going to go clean up this mess and get these cities back, my goblin army, with some support from flyers and a Chthonic Guardian. But I can't afford to have this army just following my king all the way and capturing cities. Fortunately, he's right on top of that cave entrance. And after I went down here and got the city and came back, I'm in a good position to hit him. So I'm going to do that on this turn before the end of the turn. I can do it with this army right here, and my king can probably join them. Other things going on, Evan and I have to figure out something to do to take out these Lords of the Deep that are moving into my territory. Evan could send this army down, but I don't know whether... Can you afford to do that with those Shrines of Smiting floating off your coast there? I guess they can't.
Shrines of Smiting don't scare me. I just don't think that army could beat 2 Lords of the Deep.
Right.
Because they're all low-level exalted.
Yeah, you might just want to leave them there, and we'll let them take that city. It'd be a lot harder for those 2 Lords of the Deep to come onto my mainland, because I'll be reinforcing this area with units. I should be able to get enough firepower to kill them. And then 2 other things going on right now. First off, Evan looks like he's going to be able to attack the Goblin City. That'll happen at the beginning, or I'm sorry, the Elf Warlord City will happen at the beginning of the next turn. Hopefully take out their capital there, put some extra pressure on them. We also realized that the Goblins have moved subunits into this area. It's an army that we could easily take out. We figured out how to get there too. So I'm going to carefully move my units into position. Evan's going to get his Exalted onto that water tile, and we're going to do a big battle here. We already kind of figured out where they all needed to move to. And Evan, I will let you go ahead and launch the attack. You got more movement. Have a big open field battle here. This one should be interesting. I got lucky. I think this army must have grabbed those. Yeah, this army must have not seen combat since it grabbed that lucky clover field. Okay, it seems that they're shifting all of their units towards this army here. So I'm going to focus on backing up. Maybe trying to attack this small group on my way past them here, but I don't want this horde of units reaching me without having proper support from all these other units. So the trick is going to be bunching them up together. Along the way, I might go ahead and cast some Stiffened Limbs or something like that to slow down some of the units that I don't want to keep up with me. I don't want to cast Desecration in this battle, not with Evan being involved. Alright. Let's go ahead and try to... These Shrines of Smiting, this is actually really my first big battle against Teal, now that I think of it. These don't have that shock weakness that Juggernauts do, unfortunately. So my odds of stunning them are... Well, that's not a good example. That Storm Sister doesn't have Inflict Stun. My odds of stunning them are not good, basically. These guys are far enough away that they can't really do anything to me right now. So I might go ahead and get that Shock Trooper up there, put some pressure on the Shrine of Smiting, while bringing other of these units down. I actually don't know if that's a great idea. It kind of depends on how far I can move the rest of my units to get them out of the way. And for the moment, I am going to need to run them past. So I'm going to kind of get these guys... Yeah, I'm just going to sort of run these Elf Archers past in this direction. Get these guys over here. And get that Storm Sister kind of behind the front line for the most part. I'm going to try to keep the hero alive as best as I can. I'm going to get these Ghoul Orc Priests out of here. I'll go ahead and have the Shock Trooper move up. In fact, it's probably safe to have him go ahead and just hit this thing a couple of times to damage it as I'm moving past. I should have cast this first. My, yeah, Rust Strike. -2 defense, 20 damage, tends to deteriorate. Yeah, this should work against those Shrines of Smiting. I should have cast this before using that Shock Trooper like I did, but I'm gonna turn him around and cast Rust Strike on this thing. Soften it up a little bit. I'm going to have them defend for now, just in case anything goes after them. I don't want to lose my range units too early in this battle. Okay, the rest of my units can kind of move up here. I would like to kind of slow that Phalanx down and prevent it from attacking that unit. It's probably going to go after my Shock Troopers, but if I move this Shock Trooper here, it kind of gets in their way and would expose them to 2 flank attacks as he moved past. If he really wants to do that, that's fine. Okay, the Storm Sisters are okay to move up as far as they can. I'll wait to use that charm until the Phalanxes have let their guard down. Or, that's a Halfling Farmer. For some reason I thought that was a Phalanx. Well, that makes that an awful lot less threatening. With that in mind, I'll just charge the Shock Troopers forward. And then this army, the best they can do is just get as close as possible. I hate having them so far away like this. Archers should probably move up to a point where nothing can really hit them. But they can hopefully get involved here pretty soon. I think that takes care of most of my unit's movement. Yeah, that looks good to me. Unfortunately, I'm not able to keep that thing off the archers. Oh my gosh, halflings just scattered. Hopefully that archer can hang in there long enough for me to get it out of the messy situation that it's currently in. Evan's going to at least catch up with those units down there and prevent them from getting all the way up to me. I'm not sure if are you considering attacking the Evangelist or not? There it goes. It takes out one tier 3 unit. Alright, my turn. I would like to... I want to try to make sure I can save the Shock Trooper. I might send this one back and heal it with one of the Storm Sisters, but I'd also really like to take out this Troll. These guys are far enough away that they don't really threaten my Storm Sisters where they're at. Make sure I have another group here to heal that Shock Trooper if it moves back. I'd like to use this group to try to stun it. Stun the Shrine of Smiting. So I'm going to go ahead and get him out of there. Send him back to that Storm Sister. Whoops. Oh, jeez, that's embarrassing. I didn't see him there. Heal him up. almost feel like it's a waste to use the shock troopers to kill the halfling. I will let her go ahead and finish him off. Actually, just because they have lucky, move her up first. I'm going to take 3 shots from close range. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Move the Storm Sister up. Maybe try to get a lucky stun on this thing. My odds are 30%, so they're definitely not bad. I need to use her to try to do some damage to those trolls. My archers may be able to finish them off here. 2 to 4 and 6 to 8. Minimum, or max 12 damage, minimum 8. It's a little bit better to use the arcane arrows against those trolls. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, they got him. Just barely, but they got him. And I just want to get that longbowman out of range of those other units. Okay, with him having been healed, and that thing having taken a bit more damage, I think I'm okay to charge in with this orc. Use Warcry to smash this thing. It's not going to be able to do much now. I should be able to soften it up enough to where one more hit will kill it. In fact, one more hit probably already will. I would like to prevent that guy from getting a flank attack on my shock trooper. Don't know if I have any units that are in a good position to be able to do that. Having somebody with phase would be kind of nice right now. Well, actually I do have a different option. This seems like a good time to cast Stiffen Limbs. That slows him down and prevents him from getting at least a flank attack on my shock trooper. I'm going to get this guy, I'm going to kind of move this guy up to help deal with those Crusaders when they get a bit closer. My range attacks won't do a whole lot of good against them. With those guys being slowed down, my archers can safely move up to this spot and take a shot at this thing. And I think it doesn't matter which type of arrow I use. It does not. If I could actually just take that out on this turn, that would probably be nice. Yeah, and the elves will get it. Okay, orc priests have healing, which doesn't do me any good, but they do have throw curse, so I should probably use that against something. Messes up their morale a little bit. And nourishing meal does work on undead. It doesn't give them a morale bonus, but it does still heal them. Okay, like how that all went. Chthonic Guardian just needs to be in the middle of everything as soon as possible. The other units just have to play catch-up. Can anyone else do anything useful on this turn? Not really. Well, nothing I can do about that. Although, this Necromancer can revive it if it gets close enough. That's a Tigran Mystic. That'll do a healthy amount of damage to my units, especially with that 100% spirit weakness, so I'll need to watch out for that. Evan, if you could use that Exalted to go after the Mystic instead, put some pressure on that, that would be really helpful. Because I can handle that. Wait, a tame troll? I don't know, I've never noticed that name before. Yeah, that protects me from their spirit and fire damage that those things do, which is really very deadly to my units. Okay. Can't quite reach it with the shock trooper, but I think the archers can if they move forward a couple more spaces, so I'll have this shock trooper go deal with that. Okay, they're pretty much prevented from doing anything useful at that point. Go ahead and revive the archers now. I almost feel like I should wait a turn because this thing might snipe them on the next turn, but I think I can get in their face enough that that won't matter. Much better off hitting those Orc Crusaders with magic, if possible. Hopefully I can get a stun hit on him. Nope. But they're vulnerable enough now that that unit can finish them off without too much trouble. That allows both my shock troopers the freedom to move in on this thing. Cause some problems for it. And that one can follow along too. Wonder if anyone else can get a hit in on anything. She could finish off a mystic. That. Don't want. Actually need to be careful because that Divine Vengeance could still activate and do a lot of damage. I guess I'll have time to heal afterwards though. He can't cast Rust Strike again. I'm not going to use any of my King's casting points. This battle's pretty much over, so on the next turn should be able to finish it off. Ow. Did that kill anything in there? I don't think I lost any units. Something died there, but I can't see what it is right now. I have the little grave markers for dead units turned off. I think most of their time they're kind of annoying, but right now they'd be sort of helpful. Instead, I'm going to use this to kind of search for units. That's just the troll. I could revive that as a cadaver. My Storm Sister's got to do some more healing stuff here. Else heal. They've already used. In fact, this would be an easier way to cycle through everything. They could heal someone. Just forgot they were back there. Heroes regenerate health faster, so I'll have her patch up the longbowman. She's already used her healing. She's got it, and the Orc Priests have it. That shock trooper took a beating. I'll send her over there. Whoops, wrong shock trooper. Right now, I think I'd rather heal another unit than get a cadaver. Because I don't know if Teal's going to react with another powerful army. But I think that's all my units that can heal right there. Yep. I'm going to let my Chthonic Guardian get the kill. Here we go. So we managed to do that without losing anything. And took out 9 teal units. We're also in a pretty good position if they try to do a retaliatory strike. Very powerful armies in here. Although they could attack in such a way that my Chthonic Guardian doesn't get into the battle, which would be kind of bad, but I feel a little better with that army being gone, though. Now I need to go back down here to the southeast and manage this situation. I'm going to have my king lead the army here. Most of these units can't keep up, but these ones have plenty of movement. I'll send all the Storm Sisters with him, as well as the 2 more powerful units. Actually, yeah, that's what I want to do. Since I can only send 1 unit up and they're going to pop out right there, just do manual combat, take care of these little pests. Worst. Whoops. So I'm gonna... Man, I hate to let them get the first hit on me with both of those and a flame tank, but they're not gonna kill any of the tougher units. I'm gonna spread the Storm Sisters out. I'd rather rely on their counter-attacking when this enemy has their guard down. Although the Shock Trooper could let their guard down. It's a little late for me to do that for that one, though, but this is worth trying, at least with this Storm Sister over here. I don't want to use Warcry. I'd rather use that when I can get 3 hits on them. That lowers their guard and makes them a little more likely to be stunned, but not enough. So unfortunately that didn't really work. Put the Griffin Rider over here on defense. Put some pressure on him. And hold my king back because I can't risk losing him right now. Maybe I can have him cast a helpful spell here. Could cast Desecration, which would just buff the resistance on all my units. That would help a little bit with that flame tank. I can't think of anything else here that'd be particularly useful, so I will probably go ahead and use that. Chant of Unlife would be nice too, but I don't think I need that. I'll just cast Desecration after moving my king plenty far away. Okay, that is fine. It's fine. Okay, my units handled all that pretty well. Now they've let their guard down. Try to get a stun, and I do get it with that Storm Sister. And that should pretty much wrap this battle up. This one's going to get 3 hits on that one. Unfortunately didn't get it, but did do a lot of damage. And I feel okay pulling my king back into the battle now that those things have shot off their attacks. I'll use this Storm Sister to go after that flame tank. Take it out of commission. And have this guy just go nuts on that Juggernaut. There we go. Oh, they tried to disjunct Desecration. I'm fine with that. No inflict stun there, but it's not going to matter much. And my king actually gets the finishing hit for some nice experience here. Alright, so that prevents this army from attacking this city and opens the path for my goblins units to move east without fear of some getting ganged up on by them and maybe another stack coming across the water. Hopefully I can really just solidify control over this area, because orange is really fighting to keep it. And now that that's done, it's very convenient that they wound up on that spot when they did. Send the army back, rejoin my king with his other stack. Rejoin them with their stack, and move on. Does he have... What level does he get that at? One of the things the... Oh, that unit already has Spirit of the Land. Spirit of the Land is something druids get that gives units in an army plus 40% spirit protection. Although, with Armageddon being cast, it really doesn't matter that much. But, wonder if there's some other useful spell this guy could get. He only has 15 casting points as far as I know. Natural Healer doesn't do me any good. Natural Immunity doesn't really do me any good. Twisting Roots I found useful on several occasions in the past in other games. I think I'm going to buff his casting points so that I can give him some more useful spells later in the game. Wherever that option is. Druidry 1, there we go. Okay, and then I think that is it for this turn. Had a lot of cleanup to do there. On the next turn, I'm going to let Evan go ahead and do his thing over here at Brown City. It's a very important battle. We'll see how it goes. I'm about to go to the next turn, Evan. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay. See when he moves his units up. There they go. They did get another Manticore Rider in there on that turn. The city behind him just fell, and there's a horde of units in this area. Ew, they are reinforcing the city. You can still attack at an angle where it won't do them much good, though. That's a tough defense.
Well, we're gonna have to go back and get Anthoria now.
Oh, well, that's not going to be too much of a problem. I'd rather just continue to take out large chunks of their army. I don't want you to join my empire. I'd rather have them as an independent vassal so they keep their units. I believe these dwarves were headed up to that ancient ruin over there to help out with my research a little bit. Evan's awesome underground army, -1 Crusader, picked off a couple, or picked off another Tiger and Manticore Rider there. Apparently there was a domain invasion at Halleck. Oh, it's that orange boat that's sailing around. With enough flyers, I could go out there and kill that thing. Actually, if it came close enough to the shoreline and these units were nearby, I could embark on the water and get it too. But for now, it doesn't threaten my land cities at all, and that's what I care about. So I'm going to move these guys up probably as far as they can go. What is it? They can reach that tile right there, just on the edge of the mountain. This guy could get just as far. He could get a little further. I was kind of hoping one of them might be able to get all the way out there and see if the city was empty, but that's okay. There we go. The city is not empty, but that'll be an easy capture. And I'll just have the flyers come along. That one I can put out ahead just a little bit, and I will do that in case I need him to reach something far away on the next turn. These other two can hang out behind. Other three, now that I mention it. I've already got 4 flyers, and that city's just going to keep making them. Alright, so next turn that city will be mine again, and hopefully by then I'll be able to get up here before they can send more things down after this city. That should free up my king's army now to move forward in the underground and see what I find down here. I already see the borders of another city. I will approach cautiously. Should be able to see what's in there on this turn. Make sure my king's army can keep up. And they can all move one more space. Nothing threatening in that city either. I'll go grab that. Unfortunately, still no sign of their leader. And I see a mess on the mini-map headed this way. So it looks like the goblins are going to come cruising down through this area. Alright, awesome news. Brown's capital has fallen. Evan's army easily won that battle. It would have probably won anyway. Well, okay, the capital hasn't fallen yet. There's technically still 4 more Manticore riders here for him to clear out. Yay, okay. That is Evan actually capturing Brown's capital. Just like that. Now, Brown's got a swarm of units moving that way. Like, tons of stuff. But Evan's probably just going to plunder it, raise it anyway, cast Scorch Earth on it. I'm assuming that's what you were planning on doing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's... As tough as your army is, I don't think they could stand up to everything that's coming your way. That's a lot. I mean, there's like 8 Lords of the Deep alone, not to mention all the Manticore riders and other stuff. So yeah, but still very, very good news for us. Other things I need to keep an eye out for is whatever Brown decides to do with these Lords of the Deep, which currently seems to be nothing. They're just sitting there. But Teal is also... Ooh, Teal is sending an army my way across the bay.
Yeah, I'm not sure where those are gonna go.
Still, that's...
I feel like he might just be trying to take a dumb route after my throne. I don't know.
Either way, even if they do go after your throne and get it, I'm going to have units up there to defend. Start piling more units into this area around my capital. It's probably where I'll send my newly produced units for this foreseeable future. Just have them all go back. Why not grab that lucky Cloverfield? Should have got it with the Storm Sister too. Alright, well, I'll pull everyone back, have them defend the area around my capital, and just kind of keep an eye on things. Okay. Over here, Evan and I probably have another Teal army that we could attack. Actually, we definitely should do that. I'll move kind of like this. Go ahead and move your Exalteds up when you're ready, and you can launch that battle. Take out some more units. Okay, I kind of need... I'll have orders for them after this battle, but for now I need these guys to hold still. As well as that group. Alright, the Orc Shock Trooper that was headed to Angernost, Evans caused enough trouble down in the war, or in Brown's capital, that I don't foresee him sending more units this way anytime soon. I think the army of 6 that's currently at Angernost will be fine, so I'm going to send more of units back so that I can do something about the units that are coming into my territory. Get the haste berries with the Storm Sister on the next turn. Right. That's a very brave Shrine of Smiting. Okay, he's kind of splitting up roughly evenly this time. Seems to mostly be going after my units. That was not a Shrine of Smiting, that was a hero with Divine Vengeance. Okay.
Oh.
I didn't just now notice that. This should be an opportunity to get that Storm Sister right there promoted. A silver rank 1. I just need to soften him up. She's got 97 out of 110, so killing a hero, a level 9 hero, should get her to the next level, I would think. So, let's go ahead and have these Shock Troopers. A nice strong hit in the back. They're now on fire. That guy's got a ton of defense. Oh my gosh, 21 defense. I guess he's a dreadnought, so I suppose that makes sense. Should still be able to get his health low enough. It's going to take like a whole army attacking him to do it. Maybe... Oh, the arcane arrows do much more damage because the shock effect doesn't check against defense, it checks against resistance. They might do too much damage. I'm afraid that they might kill it if they get a critical hit, and there's the possibility that they might. Instead, these guys should do just about the right amount of damage. And the shock troopers can get... Yeah, that would still risk killing them. I'll just have them soften it up as much as they can. Have this guy cast Black Bolt a few times. Should be okay. Okay, and then the Storm Sisters, I think, can finish him off. Yep, easily. Okay, so another gold rank Storm Sister, that's nice. Now to deal with this army up here. I think those Orc Razor Bows let their guard down. The Elves could pretty much trash them, but I think I'm going to use the Elves to go after that Evangelist instead. Let these other armies down here deal with the bow. Goodbye. Wait, 11 to 17. More damage this way. Probably just charge them, but they've got enough other units that maybe I'll just use a Storm Sister to take them out. I don't think this guy is going to get him. No, not with that much health left. I'll just have the Storm Sisters help out here. That way the hero can stay on defense. Okay, and then these units over here, I can probably try for another stun attempt with the Storm Sister on the Evangelist. It doesn't scare me too much, I guess. Its melee attack does spirit damage, which is not good for me. This other thing has a melee attack that does a mix of different damage types, but it also has a lot more movement. I think I'm gonna try to stun that thing. That's alright. should have moved them. Should not have moved my shock troopers up when I did. Oh well. Okay, go ahead and smash that thing, I think. Possible that the rogue can get it. Not quite. But they'll finish it off just fine. That thing is, that thing's capable of flank attacking my rogue, so I'm going to move them here to prevent that from happening. It's also capable of flank attacking my Storm Sisters, which I didn't see until a little too late, so it'll probably go after a range unit. That's okay. He just needs to get up there in the battle. Come on. Do your worst. They should all be pretty easy to finish off then. I'm just happy I got another gold rank Storm Sister out of this. Well, that guy's toast. Alright, so at this point it's just a matter of finishing them off. One at a time. Work Exalted's down. Should heal whoever I can, which would include those shock troopers. Actually, this guy should probably heal himself. These guys can go get a nice, strong flank attack on that thing, turning it around. Leaving space for the archers to finish it after I heal them. And she can go heal the shock troopers. So long. And I'll give the XP to these guys, actually. No, didn't quite get it. Bye. That takes care of another nice big chunk. That's 3 big chunks of the Goblin Theocrat's army we've taken out in this area. And there's still more over there. And there's still more attacking in Thoria. My gosh, they had a ton of units. Well, we should probably go deal with the situation at Anthoria. How best to approach that? I could move my units up through that forest, and then if you can get your Exalteds to the water tile, we could attack it that way. The water tile just east of the city. I guess you probably want to see if there's any good items in there first. Alright, well, while he's doing that, I have to deal with yet even more goblin units underground. A whole nother army coming this way. At this point, probably just to make sure he can't... Well, that unit can get to the city, which is very annoying.
Make sure you grab the rest of those items before you move up. Some pretty good ones I left there.
Okay. Okay, this army's moving back that way anyway, so... And they can both reach those spaces. Let's see what's in here. +2 defense. Well, he doesn't have a torso item, so that's good. Disco defense with frost protection. Probably better than a standard shield, which gives +2 defense against non-flanking attacks. To have just +2 defense all around, plus the frost protection. With my undead frost resistance, that would make me immune to it. That's an interesting weapon that I haven't seen before. I'll just have my druid hold all that, because he didn't have stuff anyway. Alright. Druid can go here. This army can go here. This army can go here. Taking out so many goblin units in such a short period of time, maybe we'll get really lucky and they'll just surrender. This episode is pretty much all about killing the goblins, at least from my perspective. Alright, so I want to take a quick look here. Evan's turn anyway while he's taking that. See where all their range units are. Shrine of Smiting is obviously a big problem, and it's probably going to kill something, but hopefully it's nothing that I can't revive.
Do you want me to just bum rush the Shrine of Smiting?
That would probably work. That would take a lot of pressure off of my other units, and all of your Exalteds will come back anyway. That's the only thing that really threatens my units as they approach the wall. Odds are my Storm Sisters would stun it either way, but it's got enough resistance that it won't make it easy. Alright. I'm gonna kind of bunch towards the middle of the battlefield here. Spread, well, this army I guess it'd be okay to spread out over in this direction, because there's not a lot of units out here other than that Exalted and a couple of heroes, or one hero and a big beetle. If I can distract them, I guess that'd be a good thing. If I'm really lucky, I could charm the hero. That would be awesome. The rest of my army is going to follow up directly behind Evan's swarm. Hopefully he can take the bulk of the fire from that Shrine of Smiting and take it out, and then I can retaliate against the other units without having to worry too much about my own health. These guys should probably heal themselves. In fact, those guys could use some patching up too. I think that's everyone. Yep. And whether I should cast any spells or not, I'm not sure. I would probably opt to cast them with these heroes so that I don't have to worry about my king's casting points getting depleted and not getting more Chthonic Guardians very fast. I'm going to cast Stiffen Limbs on something. Actually, there's something I wanted to test. That guy can fly all the way down to reach Amar the Preserver on this turn. I'm going to cast Stiffen Limbs. I was thinking that this didn't reduce the movement points of flying units, but it actually does. Okay. Yep. Well, thanks to the commenter on YouTube pointed that out to me. That was a mistake I was making. I was thinking that didn't affect their ability to fly around very quickly. He was right. I was definitely not. Not sure why I thought that was the case. I must have just miscounted the tiles at one point. Everybody else is good. They apparently have a Necromancer hero in there of their own. Yep. That Shrine of Smiting is not in a very easy place for you to rush it. Just going in one at a time. Well, this is convenient up in this top portion. I'm liking how this is working out, because with that Exalted being the only unit defending up there, next one is their Death Slayer or Necromancer. If I can get... he's a Necromancer too, that makes him even better for me if I can convert him. That would be awesome. Okay, those should be Orc Exalted. The chance to stun them isn't great, so I'll hold off for this turn, leaving my units on defense except for that Shock Trooper. Maybe I can lure him into attacking the Shock Trooper. And I'm going to go ahead and put that one up on the wall and see what he does. Force him to fly at an inconvenient angle by moving that unit there. And I'm going to hold off with the Storm Sisters and keep them on defense for the moment until he lets his guard down. Middle here, just going to continue this charge. Get a Chthonic Guardian up into the mix. Charge all the longbows up. Would like to get these Storm Sisters in range of something to stun it, but they are just not close enough. Go ahead and give that Shock Trooper a nourishing meal, buff it up a little bit while I send it probably after that gate. Follow it up with the Storm Sister and some range units for a little backup. Maybe I can get a stun on this thing. Only 15%. Odds aren't good, but why not? Oh wait, I gotta remember, he's got Throw Curse. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the Exalted with that. I think it applies to the Shrine of Smiting. It does not. Oops. Remember to do something with this guy. You can actually go heal Tigran Hero over here. Looks good. Divine Vengeance. That thing killed anything that I had over here. It just kind of made a mess. But now it's off the wall and completely exposed. Fortunately, it seems that they've left their hero sitting in one spot over here. He's been casting spells, I think. If I could stun him in place, that'd be great. Keep him from running off and getting himself killed somewhere else before I can have a chance to try to charm him. Okay, I don't think anyone died over here when this thing set off. Yeah, that whole area is okay. Alright, Storm Sister, do your thing. And who gets the finishing hit? How about my Druid? He now has Castigate. Don't have to worry about that thing anymore. Now I'm going to be trying to hopefully stun that hero and get up over the wall and charm him. I can get a little lucky here. Nope, not quite. Well, let's see what this group can do over here. Those Exalteds did flank my Orc Shock Trooper, which isn't necessarily surprising. I can't convert them. They're Orc Exalted. I think, on that note, these arrows will do more damage. So I will light them up from behind. Kill them pretty easily. And unfortunately, this Storm Sister is just far enough away that she can't make it to stun that unit. I don't think. Nope, just out of range. She wouldn't have been able to get it in this little culvert either. Nope. I'll send them back like that. He can help tear down this gate from the other side. He did not quite get it. Charm works from a distance, so as long as he's close to the wall, she'll be okay. Evan's got just a mess of units up there. That situation's pretty well under control. These Evangelists have made the mistake of charging my shock troopers, and they're going to probably die pretty horribly for that. But they do a lot of spirit damage, so I can't count that out. I'll take some support from a friendly unit, I think, in this case. A bit more damage with the electrical charged attack. Oh, and I do have the Chthonic Guardian that can help out. Which I think I might go use to help Evan's Martyrs if it's not absolutely needed over here. Well, I just blocked off that route, but I'm okay with that. Wait. Actually, this is slightly less damage, I think. Since they're goblins, it's not the orcs that have that inherent resistance debuff, or lower resistance. But now they're dead. Since they're a bit beat up, I'm just going to leave them on defense at the wall. And I can send this unit up here, give these trolls something to think about. That was weird. It's like they had guard breaker, but because I used defensive strike, they lowered my guard, but then I re-guarded again. Hopefully that goblin will try to do something about those shock troopers at the gate. I have this guy just kind of hang back here. He's only got like half health, so I'm going to try to be a little careful with him. Oh, that guy's running away. He's going to make this annoying. Hopefully these guys can tear down that gate and let everybody else in. Hello there. I should have left her up here with that group. Going to leave him back on defense and just kind of watch this guy's back. One of those shock troopers needs some healing pretty bad. Who else needs healing on that note? Necromancer Hero does. These shock troopers do. goblin big beetle is still there. So let's do something about that. Can't be cursed. Excuse me. More hits on it with a longbowman. And then I think I should be able to finish this thing off. Those guys get a few hits in on it, and the Chthonic Guardian should do the rest of the work. Everybody gets to take a shot. Whoops. Alright, go ahead and do your thing. Alright, I'm just gonna stop moving everybody else. All that's left to do is try to charm that guy. He is very much trying to run away from me. Well, he let his guard down. My hero can get close enough to at least try on the next turn. Alright, please let me have another Necromancer hero. Target cannot be affected. Well, that's embarrassing, but he probably has mind control immunity or something like that. Wish it just told me why he can't be affected. He's not actually undead. As far as I can tell. Oh, he has 100% spirit protection. Maybe that's why. Oh well, I guess he just has to die. Everybody charge. Might kill him. Yep. Okay, so that's like a fourth massive goblin army slaughtered. I'm getting a ton of undead population for this. I really wish I had Age of Death cast before all of this. That would have been awesome. Alright, well, we're basically back in position defending Anthoria and have taken out several stacks of goblin units. But there's still this group up here. After losing all that, they might rethink where they're sending them. Hopefully they do, because I really don't want to have to fight a bunch of units with a relatively unpromoted army in my homeland up here. Still have to think about what this goblin army is doing down here. This group can actually make it to that city on the next turn, so I don't want to abandon this city yet. But they could also go up out the cave exit, forcing me to do a potentially kind of difficult battle. I could get I could balance it to where I intentionally had Storm Sisters in there with gold rank, but it's basically, do I abandon the city or to defend the cave entrance, or what? Maybe I need to take a look at the type of army that I have up here. I could get a Storm Sister back to help defend on the next turn. That longbowman can always retreat. I could see what they do and then maybe move these units over to defend Moldan if needed. So I think I've got enough defenses in there that I'd be okay. And I will be building more Storm Sisters over the next couple turns, so I'll have a couple more in there. I think I'm going to hold ground and see what the Goblin army does. The other thing I could do is split up, actually, now that I think of it. That big beetle could make it here, but I don't think these two units could. They're 2 turns away. If I'm confident enough that one of these armies could be one of those armies, I could split them up and defend both points. That Shrine of Smiting in there and the Evangelist. And my inherent weakness to spirit damage, I'm going to not take that chance, and I'm going to keep my armies together. I think that's the safer decision. Did get another longbowman here, so at this point I'm going to take another peek at this city to see if it's worth trying to recapture. I don't know how many reinforcements they put in there at this point, but if it's still only a couple of units, 6 longbowmen should be able to handle it just fine, especially with all the bonuses they have. The others I produce at the city, I will get ready to start sending them back. They're not really that far away from this center portion of the map, and they'll do a lot of good in helping to defend Moldan. Already know about all that. Know about that. And looks like Evan took out... Oh, that was the other battle for capturing their capital city. Alright, overall, very good shape here, I think. I think we're in really good shape. I feel much better after killing all of those Goblin units. Which is really my first battles against the Goblin this game. Evan's been fighting them for a while. Things over here seem to be going well. Goblin army should be able to retake control over this area. And my King's army shouldn't have anything stopping him from cruising through the underground now and hopefully finishing off Orange. Orange has already basically become a non-issue. He's just something that's taking my King's army's attention away from the Western Front. Hopefully killing those goblins takes some pressure off of Evan's capital city, allowing him to hold it for a bit longer. I don't know how many other units the Warlord has in this area, but I'm going to say it's probably not too many, as they seem to be pulling many of them back towards Elindi. Alright, well that about sums this one up. Like I said, I think we're in pretty good shape, but be sure to leave your comments and suggestions. I do try to read through all of those, so if you have any ideas on how we can do this better, just let me know. Thanks as always for watching, everyone. Be sure to check out Evan's channel. Links in the description so you can go get his perspective on the game. He does an excellent summary of all the important battles that happened and goes into a lot of detail about what's happening in this northwestern part of the map where he's been focusing this whole game, somewhere that I haven't done a whole lot with now up until this point. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in episode 23, I think.